Alright, this is MTG Next Door. This is Doc. I did not think I was going to be cracking any packs for a while. A couple things factored in. Number one, my LGS sent an email today that the set booster box for Zendikar Rising I was getting was available, which I was shocked because I thought that was about a week early. And then when I called, he said, oops, that was sent out in error, but I do have pre-release packs. And it had been a long week. And so, you know what? I said yes to a pre-release pack. This is my first pre-release pack. And this video is definitely dedicated to Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. May she rest in power. That was, it's a terrible loss. In a science note, for those of you who don't know, every year there is something called the Ig Nobel Prize, which is given to people who do good but rather off-the-wall research. The Ig Nobel Prizes were given out today, and for medical education, they actually awarded it to numerous world leaders, in that they just went to show how a politician can have more impact in your life than any doctor or healthcare provider, because the goddamn COVID, as Stitch would say. So let's have a look at this. Y'all should also Google the Ig Nobel Prizes. They are quite humorous. One gentleman, this was actually his second Ig Nobel Prize. He won one for levitating frogs in the past. This one, he got one for giving crocodiles helium to make the sound of their crocodile bark sound different. It was very interesting. So I've actually never opened a pre-release box. I thought they were actually bigger than this. Based off Stitch's videos. Art looks nice, definitely has a stamp on it. This definitely looks sealed. Let's see. Alright, we're opening up the top. We have a fat stack of packs. Alright, and our rare for this is a Squad Commander. This is a new one. So since this is a new set coming out and there's basically no reprints, I'm going to read them all out. So Squad Commander, 3 and a white for a 3/3 core warrior. I'm liking this already. When Squad Commander enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token for each creature in your party. Party being the new mechanic, which I also think is a pretty cool mechanic. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay. So this is definitely going to go in an aggro deck. So I'm thinking through on this. I wonder if I could do like a core tribal. Maybe like a red-white core tribal. Interesting. Anyway, we will think about that. That is a pretty good pull. They also gave me a I guess like bonus pack to go along with this, so we will definitely compare the two. So we've got an arena code for anybody who is up for that. I have not played arena in quite some time. We have a gear up for adventure. Ooh, this is very lore friendly. They're talking about core hook blades and sky hooks and Drake weave rope. And how to build a pre-release deck. Again, I've never actually gone to a pre-release, nor have I ever done it. Let's see, I thought there was like, oh, yep, there is. Alright, we've got a red die. That looks really cool. I actually really like that. It's kind of speckled with blue, so that's cool. That's a good looking die. Happy about that. We got whatever that is. So, let's compare these two packs. Definitely the color on them is different. The one that came out of the box is made in the USA. This one is, let's see, these writing looks a lot different here. Yeah, and these are made in Japan. Okay, that's very interesting. So, how about we compare these two and see what we get. First pack of Zendikar Rising. I don't use a knife because I don't want to cut myself. Alright, looks like we start with the kind commons and go forward. Alright, so Tormenting Voice, 1 and a red for a sorcery. As an additional cost to this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Not bad. I think that's basically a Cathartic Reunion. Negate, everybody knows it, everybody loves it. What I said about there not being that many reprints, oops, lie. Because we've got a reprint and a functional reprint to start this. Practice Tactics, 1 white, and for an instant, choose target attacking or blocking creature. Practice Tactics deals damage to that creature equal to twice the number of creatures in your party. So you can basically pay a white and deal 8 damage to an attacking or blocking creature. That's a pretty good combat trick. I like that. That could definitely go in EDH. That could definitely go in a Oathbreaker deck. Alright, for those who don't know, I loves me some vampires and I loves me some zombies, so I am not unexcited to see this. So Marauding Blight Priest, 2 and a black for a 3/2 vampire cleric. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm going to be playing party mechanics in my vampire deck, because it's basically going to hit it like crazy. So for a 3/2 vampire cleric, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So not bad. Broken Wings, 2 and a green. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. I think that's a functional reprint, but the art on that is super cool, and I really like the flavor text. Ghoul-Draw's Mucklord. 2 and a black for a 2/3 crocodile. When Ghoul-Draw's Mucklord dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That has... I mean, it's a little expensive to run in like a sack deck if you can't get it out of the graveyard pretty easily. Yeah, it's okay. Risen Riptide, 2 and a blue for an 0/5 elemental. Whenever you cast a kick spell, Risen Riptide has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. I don't think that's great in any of the formats we play. That's good in standard, but I don't think you're really building around like a kicker for your decks. Maybe not. I don't know. Marasa Brute, 2 and a green for a Troll Warrior. It's a 3/3. Okay. Let's see. Still got a common. Utility Knife, 1 for an equipment. When Utility Knife enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That's actually not bad. So you just pay 1, put it on the battlefield, boom, it's already attached. Not bad. Not very strong, but also not bad. Still in the commons. Sizzling Barrage. I think I saw this during what do you call that? The previews. 1 and a red. Sizzling Barrage deals 4 damage to target creature that blocked this turn. Alright, going into the uncommons. Thundering Spark Mage, 3 and a red for a 2/2 human wizard. When Thundering Spark Mage enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Not bad in Oathbreaker, where you want to be dealing damage to a planeswalker on the reg. Not sure if it's a really good EDH deck, but hard to say. Paired Tactician, 2 and a white for a 3/2 human warrior. Whenever Paired Tactician and at least 1 other warrior attack, put a +1/+1 counter on Paired Tactician. I feel like, given what I saw, I could probably rock a like a white weenie attack deck based off what I'm pulling so far. Anyway, cool. This is one of those modal cards. All right, so Black Bloom Rogue, 2 and a black for a 2/3 human rogue with menace. Already liking it. Black Bloom Rogue gets +3/+0 as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So it's a miller. And see, this is the cool thing. You got this in your opening hand. You've got a source for black. Sorry. And the art on that is super cool. So you can run it like a creature. You can recur it from the graveyard with creature recursion. and then you can play it as a land on the battlefield. Very cool. I like this modal thing. I think it's going to be pretty good. Oh, crap. And here's the 1, 2, 3 common or uncommons. That felt a little light. Anyway, so this is our rare. Nahiri's Lithoforming. X red red. Sacrifice X lands. For each land sacrificed this way, draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Lands you control enter the battlefield tapped this turn. Okay, that would be super broken if they didn't enter tapped. But, so you're sitting there with a handful of land. You do this. You sack that land. You play that land. You draw some cards. Not bad. Let's see if we got a, looks like we got a, ooh, a full art plains. That's pretty. And then we have an insect token. All right. So, let's be real clear here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 commons, 10 commons, 3 uncommons, and a rare. I don't know, that feels a little light in the uncommons. Tell me if I'm wrong. All right, let's do this one. This is the Fabrique au Japon. This is a lot harder to open. I may turn out like Stitch and get a knife. Let's see. I like the visceral sensation of dissecting the tissues with my bare hands. That's just me. I'm a weirdo. Oh, and look at that. Didn't even go through. Well, this is frustrating as hell. Yeah, and I'm way over the 10 minutes I wanted. Oh, good heavens. There we are. All right, Stitch. Look at me now. Sorry, not nearly as enjoyable. Okay, so this looks like the tokens on the front end. Let's see. Yeah, so here we go. First one, Molten Blast, 2 in a red, choose 1, deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker, destroy target artifact. That has Oathbreaker written all over it. Love it. Cleric of Chill Depths, 1 in a blue for a 1/3 Merfolk Cleric. Whenever Cleric of Chill Depths blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step, so it's a wicked blocker. Probably not bad. Maybe goes in a Merfolk deck. We'll see. Rabid Bite. That is definitely a reprint. Nisa's Zendikar. 3 in a green for an enchantment aura. Enchant land. Enchanted land is a 4/4 elemental creature with reach and haste. It's still a land. When enchanted land dies, return that card to its owner's hand. That's interesting. It's cool art. I really like that. Also, green black Nisa. Where are you? All right, we got an equipment. Scavenged Blade. 1 in a red for an artifact equipment. When Scavenged Blade enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. So basically, it's like that utility knife, but it's in red, and it's a little stronger for an additional mana. Cool. All right, Dauntless Unity. Unity! 1 in a white for an instant. This one's got kicker. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, those creatures get +2/+1 until end of turn. So 4 to make your creatures +2/+1. Not in any format I'm playing. Gnarled Colony. 1 in a green for a 2/2 beast. It's got a kicker too. If Gnarled Colony was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has Trample. That is useful in a token or a counter deck. Maybe that sees action. Negate. Nice art. still in the... I'm glad I pulled this one. Okay. So still in the commons, this is Feed the Swarm. It's 1 and a black for a sorcery. Watch this, y'all. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent converted mana cost. So they have made targeted or enchantment destruction in black. It's a very black. I like that it's still sticking to a very black mechanic. Definitely useful. Definitely going in any mono black or blue black deck, because that helps out a lot. Very happy I pulled that. I know it's a common, but I really wanted that one. Probably going to want a couple of those. Alright, we got another Marauding Blight Priest. Alright, we should be into some uncommons here. Yep, there we go. Alright, Umara Mystic, 1 blue-red for a 1/3 merfolk wizard. It is flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, Umara Mystic gets +2/+0 until end of turn. That is a pretty decent EDH card. Especially if you're going wizard tribal and you're going heavy instant sorceries. I actually already have a spot for that one. Beautiful. Love it. Alright, Sure-Footed Infiltrator, 3 and a blue for a 2/3 merfolk rogue. Tap another untapped rogue you control. Sure-Foot Infiltrator can't be blocked this turn. When Sure-Footed Infiltrator deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I like anything that's got card draw on it. Got to jump through a couple loops, though, to even draw cards. You're paying for, next turn you got to tap a rogue, send this guy out, then you draw a card. A lot of bad things could happen. Alright, I think I'm going to spoil the rare here, but you know what? It's all good. Vastwood Surge, 3 and a green, and it's got a kicker of 4. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. If this spell was kicked, you put +1/+1 counters on each creature. You put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So for 8, you are doing an explosive vegetation and juicing your creatures up. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Alright, this looks cool. So what are we getting here? This is our rare. It is Hadra Mauling, 2 black. This spell costs 1 less to cast if an opponent controls no basic lands. Oh, Mr. A, this is already coming at you. Destroy target creature. So that's pretty sweet in and of itself. So you're paying 3, so basically you're getting a murder for cheaper. And then it is modal. And so if you need, you can play black. Not bad. Not sure if I'm going to find a place for this, but I'm going to try. So nothing terribly exciting just yet. Oh, and they gave me one of these nice things for my modal card. But that is a pretty forest. Pretty forest. Alrighty. Y'all stay safe out there. The goddamn COVID. And RBG.